Hello everyone, this is Pranay. Today we'll be seeing our experiment number 10 in our case tools lab. This experiment is based on the concept of deployment diagram. Okay, deployment diagram is a diagram which is an implementation diagram. It will depict the hardware implementation of our application. So what are all hardware components are there in our application, how they interact with each other, what kind of associations are there. We'll try to define that in this deployment diagram, which will enable us to understand what kind of hardware do we require for our system, for our application, and how would they interact with each other, and what are the integrities depending on those. And we'll be able to explain the client what kind of hardware we require for the system, so that so that the client could buy or provide us funding to get those hardware. So the deployment diagram is that diagram. So for example, it's just a basic diagram. It could be a big diagram, there could be many routers, there could be many switches and all that. So for a simple understanding, let's take in a online course registry system, what do we require? We require a database server to store all the data, authentication servers to authenticate a particular user, a client machine which will have a display screen and keyboard. That's it, and everything is there on the client machine. That the browser will, the server will have all the what do you call, online course registration system, or the client machine will have the software on the client machine. Okay, and it will run on that, and it will connect to authentication server, database server for authentication, as well as file retrieval and everything. Okay, so it's a simple deployment diagram. To create this deployment diagram, just go right click the model, add diagram, and there you will find deployment diagram. Click that, the deployment diagram will appear. And to deploy your hardware implementation, just go to the deployment part. Here node will be there. Node is like your hardware, and deployment or communication part. From communication part will tell the flow of the data, or flow of how would you communicate that your client machine, or whatever component, whatever node is there on this application system or this environment, how would they communicate with each other. That is what communication part does. It defines how would two nodes communicate with each other. Okay, and the hierarchy also. So for example, display screen, client machine, then authentication, after authentication then database server. The client machine cannot directly access the database server without being contacted by the, without bypassing the authentication server. It cannot bypass the authentication server to go to the database. So it also tells the hierarchy in which it flows. Okay, so this was our deployment diagram. Hope you've understood something, and hope to see you again. Bye bye.